Hey guys, welcome to a new video, and in today's video we are going to be looking at a 2020 matchup between Elizabeth Warren, the senator from Massachusetts, and President Donald Trump, the incumbent president of the United States. Now this will be a 2020 election night prediction, well not election night, but election prediction. We are still way far out from the 2020 election. In fact, we're about 1,100 or so days out from the 2020 presidential election, so I just wanted to roughly explain to you what I think would actually happen if an election were held within the next couple of weeks, or within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So, to talk about some events that have been happening in the past, of course, we saw that Donald Trump went to the Houston area to visit with Harvey victims. He volunteered. We've also seen, though, that the president has had a very, very mixed emotional American feeling about the pardon of former Sheriff Joe Arpaio, and that is out of Arizona. So we've seen very mixed emotions between Republicans and Democrats and Independents. But the polls show, and of course the polls show that Donald Trump is losing his presidential approval among independent voters. Where is that going to affect Donald Trump? The exact place that landed him the presidency of the United States, and that's the Rust Belt. So what Donald Trump is going to have to do is he's going to have to appeal to independents, which I believe that he can do very easily. When Donald Trump was running for president in 2016, he claimed himself to be a populist, and a populist is somebody who is very heavily in favor of the population and very heavily in favor of emboldening the population, whether it's economically or socially or whatever. But Donald Trump has he shot himself in the foot a lot of times, and he's also done some things that would please general Americans. So we're going to go ahead and do this. I think we're going to do this with safe, leaning, and likely. So let's get started on this video. And the first thing I want to do is go through the solid states that are for either candidate. So for Elizabeth Warren, obviously we're going to give her the East Coast. I'm not going to give her Colorado right now. Illinois, and then of course the Northeast, or Mid-Atlantic, whatever you want to call it, for Elizabeth Warren. I'm going to include Vermont in that. And then, of course, Hawaii, too. So these are the only states I'm giving safe to Elizabeth Warren. And the states for Donald Trump are going to be typical states. I'm not going to give that one to him right now. Okay, so here is the safe map, and right now, usually when I give a safe map, the Democratic candidate comes in with maybe 205 to 210 actual electoral votes out of the safe column, but I can tell you that the Democrats have a wide range of candidates that they are expecting or speculating to run for President of the United States. Currently, in a poll, a generic Democrat leads Donald Trump, but Elizabeth Warren does not lead Donald Trump. And why is that? Because Elizabeth Warren is so far left. She is around where Bernie Sanders is, and the Bernie Sanders idea of American politics has kind of just fizzled out. It's gotten old, people have pushed it aside, and independents just don't appeal to it anymore. Neither do independents agree with most of Hillary Clinton's original views. This means that Donald Trump has a good chance of flipping a lot of the traditional battleground states. But before we go into that, we're going to do basic likely states, and I'm going to give New Mexico likely for Elizabeth Warren. Yeah, that's it. And for Donald Trump, I'm going to give Iowa solidly to him. I'm going to give Arizona likely to Trump. I'm going to give Texas likely to Trump. This should be safe. Okay. And I'm going to give this district in Nebraska likely to Trump. Okay, so now just with safe and likely states, we are at a very, very close election. It's 187 for Warren to 181 for Donald Trump. So looking from west to east, looking at the state of Nevada, the Nevada went ever so narrowly for Hillary Clinton. And what does Donald Trump have to do to flip the state of Nevada? Well, Donald Trump has to take this county out here. It's Washoe County, and that is where Reno is. It won't be hard for him to take this. I know you say, hey, California's right here. You know, Donald Trump cannot win anything that borders California. That's not true. Donald Trump can as easily take Nevada in 2020, assuming he runs against Elizabeth Warren, than Hillary Clinton took it in 2016, or than Barack Obama took it in 2012 or 2008. So, with that being said, I'm actually going to lean Nevada to Donald Trump. So now we're at a tie election. In the state of Colorado, I think that Elizabeth Warren can edge Donald Trump out here simply because it went for Hillary Clinton more than, you know, the state of Nevada or the state of Minnesota or the state of Virginia. It just ever so narrowly, or it did go for a decent margin for Hillary Clinton. So we're going to lean Colorado to Elizabeth Warren. The state of Minnesota, I think that Minnesota would be an easy lean for Elizabeth Warren, partly because it went to Hillary Clinton. Also, I think she can appeal to just people up here. I think she can just appeal to the people up here. You know, it's Minnesota. Come on, it's Minnesota. Moving on now, the state of Georgia. Georgia, I'm going to give to Donald Trump. I'm also going to give North Carolina to Donald Trump. This should be likely. I'm going to give this likely to Donald Trump. I'm going to give New Hampshire to Elizabeth Warren. I'm actually going to give the state of Michigan back to Donald... No, you know what? I'm going to give the state of Wisconsin back to Donald Trump simply because of incumbency. Incumbency is very strong. It makes an effect, believe it or not, because if Barack Obama were not an incumbent president, had the popularity he did after his first term, he probably would not have beat Mitt Romney. So we're going to give Wisconsin to Donald Trump simply because of incumbency. Now Pennsylvania, on the other hand, we are going to give to Elizabeth Warren, and that is because of her economic standpoint. She stands economically more where Pennsylvania stands than Donald Trump. People in Pennsylvania did not come out to vote for Hillary Clinton, and that's a lot of the reason why she did not win this election. Turnout is why Hillary Clinton did not win this election. Bernie supporters is why Hillary Clinton did not win this election. And they are going to show up for Elizabeth Warren. If you're a Bernie supporter, there's qualities that Bernie supporters like in Elizabeth Warren, and there's qualities that Hillary Clinton supporters like in Elizabeth Warren. She holds both of those in the palm of both Hillary supporters and Bernie supporters in the palm of her hand. And that's why she can pull out, Erie, or pull out some areas in the southwestern part of the state. She can pull those areas out better than Hillary Clinton did in 2016. Now, for the state of Michigan, I'm also going to give this narrowly, very narrowly, to Elizabeth Warren. And for the same reason that we talked about in Pennsylvania, she's going to pull out the Obama coalition. The Obama coalition was first-time voters. The Obama coalition was, you know, the minorities. This was the Obama coalition. She can pull them out better than Hillary Clinton is. Believe it or not, but Elizabeth Warren isn't as establishment or pro-establishment by any means of the matter than Hillary Clinton was. And that's why she can pull out these areas that Obama won decisively, but Trump also won decisively for herself. Her simple campaigning in a place like Detroit pulls out more than 30% more of the people who voted for Obama than voted for Clinton. She is going to pull out those people who were like, you know what, I don't like Trump, I don't like Hillary Clinton, so I'm just going to stay home. You know, there's those people in these key, decisive, battleground states that say, hey, I don't like this person, I don't like this person, these third-party people are never going to win, so I'm not going to vote. And that's going to be the same thing, that's going to be a pattern throughout the nation. That was the pattern throughout the nation in 2016. Different story in 2020. People like Elizabeth Warren. Democrats like and agree that Elizabeth Warren is a good and electable person. And that's why she pulls out those people who so fortunately, or so, I guess, so fortunately to themselves did not vote because they did not like Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. So they did not vote, but she will pull them out. Same matter in Virginia, only I think that Virginia has a chance of overwhelmingly voting in a more conservative manner. I think that Virginia has a good chance at going for Donald Trump. This was Hillary Clinton's vice presidential running mate state. Therefore, if Hillary Clinton would have chosen Kamala Harris of California, she probably wouldn't have won Virginia as she did. So that's why I'm going to give Virginia to Donald Trump. He's going to pull out the conservative vote. And there were conservatives who were like, hey, you know, this Tim Kaine guy. And if there were no vice presidential debates, I could see Virginia maybe going more for Hillary Clinton than it did in 2016, because Tim Kaine made himself look like a whiny baby, but it still went for Hillary Clinton. I do not think it would have went for Hillary Clinton if she would have chosen Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren or Kamala Harris. So I think that this would go for Donald Trump. The state of Florida goes to Donald Trump. We're going to lean that to him just because of incumbency, just because they voted for him in 2016. Now, this one up here, I think Donald Trump wins, you know, better than he did in the last election. And so, you know, Elizabeth Warren is, in my opinion, a good candidate. Or, not a good candidate. She's a good senator. I don't think she belongs in the place of executive office. I think her place of work fits her better when she's on the Senate floor rather than... Let's put it like this. I think she benefits the American people more as a senator than she would as a president. I think they're stronger candidates. I think there is more American-fitting candidates than Elizabeth Warren. And I think that's why Donald Trump would beat Elizabeth Warren. So thank you for watching. Leave a like. Make sure you share this channel. And if you have a suggestion, leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching.